While the rift between warring factions in Rivers State is worsening, groups loyal to Governor Fubara and former Governor Wike are holding nocturnal meetings to establish political strategies to outdo each other. Now, this comes amid a series of litigations in the courts where parties have been asked to maintain the status quo. For more perspectives on the unfolding political developments in Rivers State, let's bring in Precious Elekima. He's chairman of Concerned Rivers State Elders Forum and former SDP governorship candidate in Rivers State. Good to see you and thanks for your time. Rivers in the news, not too good a story, and perhaps this should worry you and elders of your state. So how concerned are you?
Well, I can't. First, let me thank you for coming on there. But when you say how concerned, whether you're from Rivers, whether you live in Rivers, whether you live in Abuja, everybody is concerned. And you know, Dr. Odili left office. And with all what happened, he never disturbed the governance of Rotimi Amechi. Amechi left office. No matter the circumstance, what happened, he did not allow anything to bother him to disturb the governance of Wike. Other judge left office. He did not bother to disturb Odili. Okilo left office. He did not disturb other judge. So there needs a question to be asked. Somebody left as governor. He holds sway for 8 years. Whether you want to call him from Idi Amin to whatever you want to call him. But nobody talked about him. He did everything the way he liked. And he left office. He brought in Fubara by himself because he virtually ran everybody out of town. And so if for any reason he discovered that Fubara is not playing according to what he wants, he has a fine job here as FCC minister. He would have concentrated on the job here and allowed Fubara to make his mistakes and correct himself. But I think it's much more than arrogance. Say, I own this state. And for some of us who watch this drama go on and he assuming these things, and we have been part of government, and we know that, you know, he just wants to expose himself to Nigeria. Because at the point now they ask him, who are you? So who are you? So who gave birth to you? Who are you? No, say, who are you? Yes, you by mistake became a chairman of local government. Some form of mistake you became chief of staff. Some design and mistake you became a minister. And some kind of design, mistakes, mischief, all put together, you became governor. So put this aside, so who are you?
Is that what the elders are asking?
No, so because, you know, because people say that when somebody goes beyond a certain level, then people want to x-ray you, say, who are you? Say, who are you? Leave all these things. So who are you? Because what has happened is that he has exposed himself. I'll tell you that I had known Fubara young, going about him, and Fubara is governor. As far as I am concerned, the greatest gift God gave to Rivers State is Fubara. That's the greatest gift.
So you should be saying thanks to Wike for getting Fubara.
Oh, look, you know, sometimes God can use the enemy to salvage. Rivers State, everybody in Rivers State was living with their hearts pumping to just live minute per minute. So when Wike left, the kind of difference is like 95% difference. Young man, God-fearing, soft-spoken. And I can tell you that I have tried to advise Wike, we got to stop.
Because you personally or your group?
Not group, but I try to. We all are friends. So anyhow, I'm able to reach him and say, please, please, please stop. Because you don't allow people to ask, who are you?
So when you did reach out, what was his response?
No, for a while we have not spoken. And he won't take the calls because he knows that the calls is not coming to support him. The calls is coming to tell him to say, please stop. So in whatever public forum we get, we'll just say, please stop. I don't want... look, Rivers State was created in 1967. People fought for this state. And you are lucky to be one governor in these 57 years. You are lucky to be governor. You are lucky to be minister. There is nothing in you to distinguish you into all these things than grace of God.
So in all of this, what I would like you to note, we have someone, because it looks like your question is rhetorical in nature, because when you say who's Nyesom Wike,
no, it's not being disrespectful. But what I'm saying is that there is a time in life
he got Fubara in place, as you know, as also alleged by you. But the problem now is that there are, plethora of issues in Rivers State. The council chairmen are kicking. A lot of other unions are kicking, and the concerned Rivers elders are also kicking. How do you bring back peace amongst these factions in Rivers? Does it fall just on the corridor of Nyesom Wike alone?
Let me tell you something. When they had those issues and they said they were having a presidential intervention, we're talking of constitution, we're talking of law and order. How many presidents can alter the constitution? So you see that thing that we said and we shouted, that paper means nothing. It's like you picking toilet roll and signing paper and say, take it to the bank. No, take the toilet roll, sign it. Then you give to somebody, this is a check, take it to the bank. That paper, what does it mean? If Fubara signed 300 times, it is nothing. So the president, with all due respect, knew that paper means nothing. The governor knew that it was nothing. Maybe he must have, out of fear or respect or whatever, signed it. The former governor, who knows a lot about law, knows that it is nothing. It is that nothing that has brought this problem. Because when you build something on nothing, where are you getting to? They came back and they signed paper. What paper is that? Where do you take that paper to? Some people argue to say, oh, but Fubara signed it. Fubara signed what? It's like somebody saying, okay, now you bring the paper, I sign. And when I sign, I say, so person is the governor of the state.
Let's see how we can wind down Mr. Elekima. Solutions.
Look, let me tell you solutions. First thing is, 27 people, nobody invited them. They didn't consult themselves, their constituents. They walked out, say, we are gone. Say, we are gone. Ignorance of the law does not in any way save you. So we are gone. So they left. They walked away, they left. How to come back, the constitution didn't say it. That if you walk through this door, then you can come back through the left door. They didn't say so. Say you have left. They brandished their cards, we have left. It was a trial and error, something they did. So they were in this country when the people in Cross River had their issues. Something would have told them that this is risky. The former governor, maybe they think that he can do left and right and do heaven and earth. So now they have been caught up in this situation. And the Constitution didn't tell them how to come back. So that paper they signed has no bearing. So now, how do these young men come back to the assembly? The Constitution didn't spell when you go, turn back and take left doors. It didn't say so. Okay, so luckily they're in the courts. They're in the courts. So what is the status quo? The status quo is that they left the assembly and they went to a new party. So that is the status quo. Not that paper Tinubu gave to them. They went to, it's not that they went and people are insinuating. They brandished it, they say we have gone, and they still say they have gone. That is the status quo. So now the issue we have is the Constitution. How did the Constitution bring them back? Now they are in the courts, all of them are in the court. So right now, legally speaking, if there are 3 people, there are 4 people. That is the assembly. The Independent National Electoral Commission, hands have been made tight because of the court cases. They cannot conduct an election. These people don't have a way to go back because they say that they are gone. So we're in a quagmire. But where we are is this. Let Wike forget about arrogance. Let him calm down. Dr. Dili, calm down. Other judge wrote to me. All of us sit down, look into our eyes, and say, I think it's enough. Let's put this state together. That is the solution. Look, all of us...
Have you tried to bring this before these leaders?
Well, the thing is, I'll tell you is that I've made this suggestion before, and I tried to come in to see, but many people has one issue against one another, and so we couldn't. But I'm saying it here that since the situation is getting out of hands, all of them have made name from the state. And most of us, the state has helped us in one way or the other, scholarships in one way or the other. But it is time for us to sit. If Wike has anything against me, let him forgive me. If I have anything against him, let me forgive him. If Peter Dile has anything against anybody, let him forgive. The young man who is the governor of Rivers State needs support. And I'll tell you that the women of Rivers State were praying and they lived with fear. And all of a sudden, Wike brought the young man from where we don't know. But we knew that he was part of us, but a younger person. It's okay, the way God will have it today is governor. So we have to give him support. But the man has shown an extraordinary humility. All these things they talk about, signed paper, how many young men will do it, knowing that he has humility, that president can't remove him? President had case with Obasanjo, he didn't remove him. But the man...
Are you worried that may happen?
Whether the president can't remove the governor, he cannot do that. But I'm telling you that, apart from those of us, from all of you Nigerians, even those abroad, they feel that this young man is too humble, the way he had behaved. So I think that this is not the time for us to apportion blames to say anything. This is the time for all of us to sit together. Nobody can solve the problem. No external person can solve the problem. Even if the court says something, it still doesn't solve the problem. We own all these assemblymen. We own all these local government chairmen. Let us all sit together and resolve this matter in the interest of Rivers State.
Well, it's a fine place for us to leave it. Precious Elekima, Chairman, Association of Concerned Rivers State Elders Forum. I'd like to thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And we do hope that peace returns to Rivers State.
We shall.